Hi Oliver, welcome to the channel. Good to see you.
Hello. Good. Thank you for having me.
No
Good to
problem
see
at
you
all.
again.
Just to let everyone know who we've got on the podcast today, we've got Oliver Fujimori, who's basically a blockchain enthusiast and is a very, very competent crypto trader as well. Oliver, can you just do a brief introductory about yourself and where you live, where you're from, and your a small background about you would be fantastic.
Yeah, so, well, long story short, I'm from Brazil. I've started, like, my first interaction with the market was through Bitcoin because I was looking to make a transaction in Spain. So was my first contact with the market. And then after knowing Bitcoin and see price oscillation, whatever, I went to the traditional financial market to learn about it. And then I came back to home, let's say like that.
And can you
So yeah,
just do us a quick favor? Can you just show everyone around your office because it's so cool? I mean, that's just puts crypto on the map just to show what's going on
oh
inside
yeah,
your office.
great part here. Like we have like the analysts is there and traders, right? So we are like 24 hours here,
Look at
and
that. That's just awesome, isn't it?
sorry. So here's Ethereum price.
Oh my God, it's
The
dropped.
coins.
I just bought $2,000 worth. Oh my
Don't.
God.
Like Tron, VeChain, Stellar, everything we're watching here. So yeah, I like this place.
It's
I
cool.
enjoy it.
It's a really cool place. So, as I said to you before we started the video here, so what we're trying to do is we're a recruitment company specializing in DeFi. You
Yeah.
know, we cover two areas. I think we mentioned this to you before. We cover iGaming specifically is one of our verticals, and our other vertical now is DeFi. Um, for obvious reasons, it's gone absolutely crazy in the market at the moment. It's fantastic,
Great.
isn't it? You know.
Yeah. And how does it work with DeFi and iGaming?
Yeah,
Like,
well, it's relatively new. There's more and more companies are starting to come out and look at blockchain, I guess, as a whole. It's a very niche industry, and it's been quite slow for technology adoption. Wow, look at that thing behind you.
someone close the window here.
Electric blinds and everything there.
Yeah. Crypto is going crazy, it
Yeah,
seems.
it's good. That's really cool. It's like someone in a James Bond movie, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's really interesting because obviously with iGaming, things are changing all the time. Technology, it's evolving, but it's still because in iGaming specifically, it's very much people use other people's platforms to run their systems on. So that makes things a lot harder to kind of break away and do, unless you've got obviously bespoke software that they've built. So I think with blockchain, it will happen. And funny enough, one thing I've picked up on the news this week, I don't know if you've
Uh-huh.
heard about this, is
No.
there's a new platform coming out talking about like
You mean a block?
gamification. Well, no, yeah, something to do with blockchain, and it's basically if you play games.
Ah, I heard about it.
You heard about it, and you can
About it,
basically
yeah.
store your purchases on the
Yeah.
blockchain, right?
I did not study about it because I just didn't took the time to study it. But it I heard about it, but I don't know how it works. But I was thinking about it, like connecting the financial system with gaming. I don't know if you have ever heard like people who trade no who plays Counter Strike, etc. They have a platform that negotiates. They have market makers to negotiate like character schemes. So there's a whole economy going on already in the gaming industry,
That's amazing, isn't
and
it? It's crazy.
yeah, this is crazy. And now it seems that people are aligning it with the blockchain
Yeah.
somehow. I don't know how it's happening, but I know it's happening.
Well, I think this is what the interesting thing is with blockchain, isn't it? It's the adoption rate since the institutions have come on board, it's just gone absolutely crazy. And that kind of brings me on to my first question that I really wanted to kind of identify, and that is, what's happened this week? With this massive drop of 20%, what was all that about? What does it mean?
Yeah, that may sound a little like for those guys coming from outside crypto, which is not normal to see like 20% drop, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I saw it as a normal thing, by the way. I heard that there were some news like Elon Musk saying something like it was expensive or whatever, but I mean, we are repeating the same movement of Bitcoin that happened in 2017 with the same metrics. Like, I mean, I see it as normal. I don't know.
really, because it is volatile, isn't it? And this is, I think,
Yeah, it is.
where you look at retail investors that are getting involved into this new technology from an
It's
investment
scary.
perspective, it's scary because you haven't got
Yeah,
that, solid like asset class with a house, for example. Like in the
yeah,
UK, if you buy a property, pretty much that property is going to go up by 4%, if not more, each year. And that's you can physically see the asset. Where I think with
yeah,
people like me that are fairly new to crypto, and you look at this and you think, Christ, and then you see this drop, but then equally you see the institutions that are invested into this, and it's shooting
yeah.
up. There's a lot of money coming in.
So fast. I mean, like this correction that we just had of like 20%, right? Last year, the same correction, let's say like that, was 30%. Now we just had 20. The
Wow,
previous correction that we had in Bitcoin before this 20% drop was 30%, but in 2017 it was 40%. So I mean, like
that's crazy though, isn't it? It's mad.
so the money is coming in and there is increasing liquidity, which is reducing the volatility of the asset, but it's still very volatile. I mean, like Bitcoin does not have circuit break. If this thing decides to drop 20%, nothing can hold it. Anything can hold
No,
it.
but is it more? Sorry, is it less volatile now because of the institutions put it in still, or
Yes, it's for sure less volatile, and it seems it's a little bit faster the movement too. I I believe that it's because of algorithms,
yeah,
and it's way faster, but less volatile.
yeah? I think, and if
Still a
you
lot
go
more
back,
profitable.
like, well, like I was going to say, right? You go back 3 years ago and you look at what was happening. It was like this new kid on the block, and you didn't know how to treat Bitcoin. You didn't know what to think of it.
Yeah,
It was like, okay, I get the idea. It looks good. Could it prove a good asset class next to buying a house? Probably not. But now, thanks to Elon Musk putting his massive dump of cash in, through Tesla,
yeah, and
and
MicroStrategy
and
too.
MicroStrategy as well. People are starting to wake up now and go, hold on a minute, this is real. So I'm loving it. I mean, for me, for
Crazy.
someone
I
who's,
like it's a huge wave that we are watching live.
yeah. Well,
Fast. It's happening
uh,
very fast.
we are as retail investors, but you're in the armchair there, and just to kind of tell people that watch this on my channel, but also on YouTube or LinkedIn, whatever. Oliver's actually in the armchair there, as you can see. He knows what's going on. He's a trader. He knows
Yeah, I'm
what is,
24 hours watching
and this is
and
what's
listening
happening, right?
about that.
It's
Yeah,
24 hours a day. You've got so much stuff going on with this, isn't it? It's just crazy, man.
yeah, a lot of blockchains coming in, trying to solve new problems and upgrading their systems, and it's like a race. But
Well, what I said
I mean,
recently to someone, and you probably saw, actually, it's coming out soon. I did a podcast with someone, a really cool guy called Afi Khan. He's a recruitment
I saw it.
specialist. Did you see it?
Yeah, you posted it on LinkedIn, didn't you?
I
Oh,
think,
sorry.
well, I know. I think this one's coming out soon. Actually, he's actually doing it. But basically, I did one like that. But anyway, the one coming out, he talks a lot about some really cool stuff. But it's interesting. You look at what's going on in the market. What I said to him was, it's like the second stage of the internet. That's how I see it. You know, it's this. You had the internet in the '90s, and you got
Oh,
blockchain now. Yeah, and these new crazy
yeah,
projects. Some are going to boom, and some are going to bust. Right?
yeah, and what I found, I think it's interesting is like Well, if it's a race or a marathon, like I mean, marathon, it doesn't matter if you go, if you reach in third or fourth or like at 10th place, you know.
Yeah,
Anyway, if it's a marathon or a race, it doesn't matter too much. But the thing is, whoever who wins will like drain the liquidity to itself. So I mean, there's nothing wrong to invest in some few projects, right? Because if you eventually invest in the wrong blockchain,
yeah,
but you have a portfolio of blockchains, eventually the winner will drain all the liquidity, you know.
yeah.
So I mean, it's a race, interesting to watch, but it's the party of
It's brilliant.
the
So what
part of
about what
Bitcoin,
about
you know.
this Celsius? What's going on there?
You want me to talk about Celsius? This is a this is a rabbit hole. I will never stop. Yeah.
Just so
So
everyone knows, Oliver loves
yeah,
equally
but
same as me actually. I love Celsius, and we kind of met, didn't we, on the back of Celsius? I think we were talking about it in a LinkedIn chat, and that's how we kind of met each other.
yeah, yes, it was through LinkedIn. Like I commented in something about Celsius, I guess.
Yeah, it was. It was.
So I was actually I love this project so much that I sent a message to Michael Saylor from MicroStrategy, right, here in the LinkedIn, and he actually read it.
Oh, really? Did
I'm
he?
very impressed. Like, oh, yeah, he did, and I was talking like uh, that he should consider like find ways to earn yield with Bitcoin because it will prove to people like he's a pioneer, you know. If
Yeah, he
like
is.
Michael Saylor or Tesla or whatever starts to earn yield in Bitcoin, it will like for sure show to everybody that there is a whole financial system that is possible to create on the blockchain, right?
Absolutely.
Because for now people are like just they are just buying things expecting it to grow, but they did not they did not connect that they can actually borrow, make loans, and like have yield on the blockchain, you know.
Well, you.
Like when you buy a what?
Sorry, I was just going to say you did a post recently on Celsius, which I thought was really cool, and that the fact that you can get your crypto to work for you and get yield off it, really good interest. What's the interest you can get on Celsius? Like
Really?
5 or 10%? What is it? Or is it
Yeah,
less?
for dollar you can get no for dollar USDC you can get like 16%. 16%. Think about that. And if you have gold, you can earn like 6.8%, right? And now it's just like Alex Machinski said. It's like, I mean, it's not
This
that
is the
they're,
CEO. For people who don't know, Alex Machinski is
yeah.
the CEO of Celsius.
And he said like, it's not that they are doing a great job, but like banks are stealing for us for a long time. They became
100%.
professionals in stealing, right?
100%. And
Because I mean,
we just put up
like,
with it, right? We just go, yeah, okay, that's fine. We're
yeah,
it's just
exactly.
it's just another bank. And the problem is they're so old and antiquated. They haven't got the software to run these new systems, nor would they want to, because obviously it's stealing the business from what they earn in
Yeah.
multi millions each day out of. And Celsius is doing it the other way around, right?
Yeah, and here's the thing, like they are so like static on that place that they are now, the banks, that their own bureaucracy will make them come late to blockchain, you know.
Yeah,
Although they are already moving things, like JP Morgan is opening their desk to accept trade requests from clients to buy Bitcoin, whatever. But they didn't even put their feet in like altcoins, like Aave protocol or whatever DeFi projects around. So
it's
there's
insane.
plenty of yeah. I mean, the altcoin market cap is not even 1 trillion right now. It's like 700 billion. It's not even 1 trillion. Like,
That's mad.
and there's a lot of projects.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, and again, this goes back to what I was saying about .com. Is it a bubble? And everyone,
Yeah, I saw it. This was great. comparison.
Well, I think I put that out there the other day on LinkedIn. Is that what we're going through now? Is it like when I was in the 90s, everyone was racing to get their websites out there, like the Amazons, and trying to build the beast. Me personally, I think that's kind of what it's like. I think there's going to be a lot of projects, obviously, that are going to fail. Equally, there's going to be a lot of projects that are going to win as well. And again, going back to Celsius, I just like the point you can put. You can have a load of crypto at the moment. You can have it invested on a wallet like Coinbase, move it to Celsius. And this, just so that for the record, we're not earning money out of Celsius on this, by the way. This is not about a Celsius.
Yeah,
we can get a small kickback if they use our referral code. But other than that, this is just about talking about the technology and what they're doing for the people. And that is put your crypto money to work and actually earn some money off of it. Do something exciting.
Yeah, and this is great. This is one of the great things of blockchain. I mean, like we have Celsius working for the community, and like we have protocols like Uniswap that allows you to be a market maker. Like these are like financial products that only banks could make use of and make fortunes. But now, if you put your asset in like a liquidity protocol like Uniswap and start making that market making pool, you can make 10% a year easily, and look, the banks they just reward us 1% a month, and
if you're lucky, if you're lucky,
yeah, and they are all the time making the market, like using algorithms to market maker and whatever with our money, and they do not return our money.
That's crazy.
But blockchain allows us to do it.
It makes you think where the banks are going to go to. But that leads me on to my next question, actually. So if you were to look at, obviously, as you're a trader, you work in this environment all the time, you know what's going on, you get crypto. I really look up to you, Oliver. So I whatever you post, I believe in, because I'm like, look, I'm on the same mindset, but I trust you. I trust your judgment. So if you were to invest this next quarter, where would you be looking at? What's the key areas to focus on? Whether it be DeFi or any other blockchains to the project.
So here's the thing. I was thinking about it a lot those days because we've seen Cardano pumping, Polkadot, and they are all blockchains.
They're my two favorites at the moment, by the way, Cardano and Polkadot. I love them.
Yeah, and we have Solana. Man, I've just studied Solana. It's great. Like the technology is pumping through new roofs. Like every time there is a new update with something mind blowing. But now, to invest, I've been thinking just for those, let's say, tokenomics or projects that will be able to like change, adapt to new blockchains. Like for example, Aave. Aave is a DeFi protocol. If eventually Ethereum is not able to hold the line, and I don't know, like and Cardano starts to win the race, I think Aave is a project that will be able to adapt. Because there is demand. It's not just a blockchain demand, but it's a financial demand. So, and same for Celsius. Like, I mean, Celsius is DeFi and CeFi. So you have a company that is working with this financial area, and if there is a blockchain migration, they will be able to do it.
Yeah.
Actually, they were talking with Charles from Cardano, and they said it's possible to do if there is community demand. So they will adapt, which is great.
Well, we're seeing, and that was one of my last questions I had on there was, retail demand is shooting through the roof, and it's been adopted in the last few months, I think, because people are trusting it now. There's that trust factor because of the institutions like the Teslas, like we said earlier on. And once you've got that adoption, it does make me think, what happens to the banking systems, because they're not going to fail, but they have to evolve. But then the question you have to ask is, will people be, go into the likes of Celsius, and Celsius evolves into a bank of some sort, and you build trust in that this new project, the banks are going to be suffering in a big way. I mean,
Yeah, they have to run, you know.
they have to come
The,
up with new ideas. And the problem is, like you said, do they join the race now and become blockchain specialists to get consumer, to win the consumer back? Sorry,
so yeah, I think this movement is happening because I just received a message from a woman that is looking for crypto people with knowledge in DeFi and whatever for bank institution, you know. So like they are looking for those people. But the problem is there's just like few hundred, like there's just a little, just so little people. Like I don't know if this is the word, like, that works with DeFi. Nobody know
yeah,
how it works. It's a new technology, you know, and they
yeah,
are hungry for it.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
Alex Machinski said that there are banks that are contacting them because those banks cannot yield what they promised to their customers. So they have to evolve or look for new partnerships on the blockchain, you know?
I agree. I agree. It's interesting. Look, I mean, the time is now, basically, isn't it? I mean, things are happening. This is the beginning of a new era. It's the beginning of what I class personally as the second layer of the internet. It's a big statement that, but I think it is. You've got the internet, you've then got blockchain, which then allows, for really, really, really cool and interesting stuff to happen. So Oliver, I just really wanted to say that, like I said, this was an informal chat. It was an amazing chat. And for anyone who's watching this, if you'd like to click the like button below, leave a comment for me or Oliver. We'd love to get some conversation going on this as well.
Yeah.
And I'd just like to say, Oliver, thanks so much for joining us today. Much appreciated.
Uh,